Good evening, everybody. Hi, thank you. My name is Tom Mackey. I'd like to start off by saying that I'm not like your average comedian. For instance, I don't really care how you're doing tonight. But I would like to say that I enjoy being a stand-up comedian because I get paid to tell you people things that you may or may not want to hear, or that may or may not be funny. So with that being said, I'd just like to say that sex is a lot like eating a Hot Pocket. And I'm just going to let you think about that. Now, the Virgin Mary was a very big inspiration in my life when I was growing up. And it's for that reason that I too would like to become a virgin. My grandpa was a very avid bird watcher. He used to sit out in the backyard, watch the birds throw them seed. But he hated the squirrels because they would always eat the bird seed. So my parents bought him a super soaker to shoot at the squirrels, get away from the bird seed squirrels. And my brother and I thought it would be funny if one day we replaced that super soaker with a BB gun. And it was, until we found out that he also used that super soaker as a means to quench his thirst. God rest his soul. The United States military developed a high-tech spy plane called the stealth bomber. And for those of you who don't know how it works, instead of... I forgot it. We'll edit that out. We'll do another take. That's what we'll do. Stealth bomber, right?
Start that over.
Yeah. The U.S. military developed a thing called the stealth bomber. High-tech spy plane. And basically what it is it has the radar cross-section of a dragonfly. And for those of you who don't know what that means, whenever you look at the radar screen, instead of seeing an airplane, you see a dragonfly cruising at an altitude of 50,000 feet at a speed of 900 miles an hour. Once upon a time, I shaved my beard, and a lot of people began insulting the fact that they insulted my beard. They didn't like it at all. They would come up to me like, "Dude, I'm glad you shaved your face. You look stupid." But hey, look on the bright side. At least now you look younger. And I thought, if that's the trend, that you can just insult things once they're gone, I'm just going to start going to funerals. Like, "Hey, dude, glad your mom's dead. She was a slut." Look on the bright side. At least now your mail's going to show up on time because your mailman's not getting tested for VD. Is everybody here familiar with the G-spot by round of applause? You sure should not be clapping. I don't know. Ask your girlfriend. Anyways, the G-spot, named for a guy named Grafenberg. Grafenberg. How does that make you feel, ladies? Make you feel hot? I know I'm hot. Now you think that if a guy named Grafenberg could find the woman's instantaneous hot spot for orgasms, then he would share this wealth with the rest of mankind. But as we've seen through history, this is not true. It's like he just marched up there, stuck a flag in it, and declared this zero policy foreign trade thing. That made no sense. Zero tolerance foreign policy. Damn. Moving on. I saw a bumper sticker one time that said, "God is pro-life." Yeah, I've got two words for you. Noah's Ark. When God killed everyone on the planet by drowning them, except for the 8 people on Noah's boat. Now, you don't think Noah had a God is pro-life bumper sticker on his boat, do you? I actually do know a bumper sticker he had. It was a special on the History Channel. It said, "I break for whales." Well, they weren't on the boat. You don't really come up to too many situations where you have to brake for whales. Like you're just driving down the street. Oh no, there's a whale.
Excuse me, Mr. Whale. You're not a land mammal.
Anyone Beatles fans here? Beatles fans? Woo! Yeah, me too. Big fan of the rhinoceros beetle. Oh, I'm kidding. I like Paul McCartney, one of the most famous Beatles, known for writing the song Hey Jude, which is about Julian Lennon, John Lennon's son. Now, you ever think that whenever Julian is driving down the street, turn on the radio, and Hey Jude comes on, he just sits there and goes, "Hey me, don't make it bad." And then by the end of the song, he's going, me. Thanks a lot, that's my time.
Yay! Yay!
Thank you. My name is Tom, and I'd just like to start off by saying that I'm not like most stand-up comedians. For instance, I don't really care how you're doing tonight. I would like to say that I do enjoy being a stand-up comedian because you people pay me to tell you things that you may or may not want to hear, or that may or may not be funny. Now, with that being said, I just like to say that sex is a lot like eating a Hot Pocket. And I'm just going to let you think about that. Now, the Virgin Mary was a very big inspiration in my life. And it's because of her that one day I too would like to become a virgin. My grandpa was a very big bird watcher when he was alive, and he used to sit out in the backyard, throw bird seed to the birds. But he hated the squirrels because they would always come up and eat the bird seed. So my parents decided to get him a super soaker to shoot at the squirrels. And my brother and I thought it would be funny to replace that super soaker with a BB gun. And it was until we found out that Grandpa also used that super soaker as a means to quench his thirst. God rest his soul. Now, the military developed a top-secret spy plane at one point called the Stealth Bomber. And the trick behind the Stealth Bomber is that it has the radar cross-section of a dragonfly. Now, for those of you who don't know what that means, when you look at a radar screen, instead of seeing an airplane, you see a dragonfly cruising at an altitude of 50,000 feet. At a speed of 900 miles an hour. Now, once upon a time, I shaved my beard, and a lot of people came up to me after that and told me how much they hated my facial hair. They'd be like, "Dude, I'm glad you shaved. You look stupid." But hey, look on the bright side. At least you look younger. And I thought, if that's the trend, that you can just insult something once it's gone, I'm gonna start going to funerals. Dude, glad your mom's dead. She was a fucking whore. But look on the bright side. At least now your mail's gonna be on time because your mailman's not out getting tested for VD. By a round of applause, how many people here are familiar with the G-spot? You, sir, should not be clapping. I spoke with your girlfriend before the show. Did you know that the G-spot is named after a guy named Grafenberg? Grafenberg. How does that make you feel, ladies? Does that make you feel hot? Now, you think that if a man named Grafenberg could find the instantaneous orgasmic hotspot on a woman, that he would share this information with the rest of mankind. But as history has shown us, this is not true. It's like the man just marched up there, stuck a flag in it, and instituted this zero tolerance foreign policy. I saw a bumper sticker one time that said, "God is pro-life." I've got 2 words for you. Noah's Ark. When God killed everyone on the planet, except for the 8 people on Noah's boat. I don't think he had a "God is pro-life" bumper sticker on his boat, did he? No, I actually know what kind of bumper sticker he had. It's a special on the History Channel. He had a Greenpeace bumper sticker. It said, "I break for whales." It's true, they weren't on the boat. No, I thought about that, and there aren't really too many situations where you would have to break for a whale. Like you're driving down the street. Oh no, there's a whale.
Excuse me, Mr. Whale? Yeah, you're not a land mammal.
Any Beatles fans in the house? Big fan of the rhinoceros beetle. Oh, I'm kidding. I like Paul McCartney. Paul McCartney is pretty famous for writing "Hey Jude," a song about John Lennon's son, Julian. You ever think when Julian is driving down the street, "Hey Jude" comes on the radio, he just sits there and goes, "Hey me, don't make it bad." Because I would. And by the end of the song, he'd be like, "Me, yeah." That's my time. Thank you.
Encore! I want to see more of John Mackey anytime I
Alright, one more joke.
can! Okay!
I want to be the first person to grow marijuana on a chia pet. Simply because the commercials would then go, "Ch-ch-ch-chiba."
Awesome.
That James told me about, and he too was submitting to take for.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice boys.
It's like they're selecting 80 people to go to semifinals, and you have to pick which semifinal round you want to be a part of. They're in 8 different cities. LA and New York each have 2. You pick which one you want to be considered for. For each one, they pick 10 people, and then they have a semifinal. They pick one person from each of those, and then they compete in LA. They get a free trip to LA. They get $500.
Minimum 500.
Minimum $500.
Like 6 through 10 gets 500, and then
Number 1 gets $10,000, 2 gets $2,500, and then $1,500 and $1,000. Plus the top 4 all get a spot on Premium Blend, and they get paid for that too.
Awesome.
I am in no way expecting to end up going that far, but if I could even get to a semifinal round,
Yeah.
it would be just good to put on my comedy resume.
Yeah, they can.
Dude, you could go to that thing. That'd be fucking awesome.
So the good
Thank
thing
you
is
for
that we
your
taped
credit.
that I taped that show last week, so I gotta go check what material I want.
You're recording, right?